And we are live. How are you? How the hell are you? Greetings from Boston's finest. They say length matters. Hmm. But what do you guys think? Does it? Hi there, Jimmy. How are you? I'm just kind of chilling out. Hello, Michael Phillips. How are you today? Hello, Armando. I'm just having a little snack. And it's Eric. Welcome, Eric. Hmm. Should we call this the secret MJ12 clubhouse meeting? Hmm. Maybe I can get numbers 11, 10, and 9 in the room. But they all have their own YouTube channels. Let's see, we've got. Yeah, they do have their own channels. 12, 11, 10. Yeah, it is. I can imagine that, Michael Phillips, that it must be tempting to not want to say too much because you probably already know a lot of things that are going to happen and are going to be said. And have I can see where you might have said some things before they were said, and that must be a little strange, I imagine. But in the end, everything comes out in the wash, and what is really most important is the end result, the finished product, so to speak. But yeah, it's all very moot. I'm learning a lot more about time travel, and recovering plenty of my memories, actually. I had some memories come back to me today, which are very strange. And I don't think I should talk about them, but I just want to let you guys know that I'm having memories come back of things that I didn't remember. And it's painful, actually, at first when the memories come back, but when I actually when they do come back and they're solidified that these things are real, um, I definitely learn greatly each time, and it's definitely transforming me as a person into something else that I wasn't, into some other person that I think is probably the person that I will eventually be, which is not really who I am presently, if that makes any sense fully. So Michael Phillips uh, knows me as future me, which is a different person really than I am leading up to a certain point, probably. Um, just know that I had a lot to overcome up to a certain point, and I'm not really probably going to talk about a lot of things ever for various reasons, but I am rest assured that I am becoming the person that I am probably meant to be. It's just there's a lot of work going on right now, so it's all going well though. So right now I'm eating my favorite, which is peanut butter sandwich on white bread. Very boring, but I like it. Actually, peanut butter banana is probably my favorite. A little boring, but still satisfying and nutritious and filling. So I've started to wonder today who could possibly be. Yeah, toast is good. I like toast. I do like tea and toast in the morning on occasion. I'm still very, I don't know. It's weird. New England, and having British and Irish family. It's like I'm torn between having a cup of coffee in the morning and having tea and toast. But it's all good. I like both. Um, I'm starting to wonder today who possibly could be MJ7654321, and I realized that I probably need to figure that out because when I do find out who those people are going to be or are already, um, a lot of pieces will fall into place in terms of us uh, becoming what we are going to become, which is the the group that spearheads the disclosure movement. I didn't realize that. Um, I really didn't until very, very recently when I had some memories come back to me of an experience not that long ago in 2019 that I forgot about. That took me all the way back to 1945. So that was astoundingly eye opening. And I realize where this is all leading to and for what purpose. And it's going to be amazing, you guys. That much I know. But the more that I remember and the more I start to realize, the more confident I become. And the more I know that this has to happen. And if it doesn't happen, then it's not going to be that good. Peter, I don't know who Peter is that I recall. Peter, Peter, and Andy Bishago. That would make sense if I could talk with him. Hmm. So Andy is part of MJ12. So it's interesting. That makes sense because he is basically the person who is probably most responsible for starting me on recovering my memory. Uh, definitely talking with him is helped me like really start to question a lot of things about my past and my experiences and the way my brain works. Because I kind of thought there was always just something maybe wrong with me, and I was depressed and incurable, and there was no real sort of um, solution for that kind of thing. I didn't know that it was all just symptomatic of a lot of things, and it was when I had some conversations with Andy that it really put me on track to exploring what was actually going on in my mind and my memory. And that was a huge can of worms that I'm still opening up. But the realizations that I've made since then have really developed my confidence and uh, belief in myself, and just in a way that is, I feel more undefeatable than I ever have in my entire life. Yeah, I realize that it's all just symptomatic of what's happened to me with memory suppression and um, programming. But I really did not understand that fully until not very long ago. You're talking like a year and a half ago. And that's not a long time, you guys. That's a very short time in a person's life. You might think it's long if you're depressed or if you have something wrong with you, but it's when it comes to recovery, that can be a very short time. So I've not met Peter. That makes sense. I think Donald Trump might be MJ12. If that's possible. Does anyone have any information as to whether or not Donald Trump has traveled in time? I think he might have, because some of the things that he says indicate to me that he is a little out of time at present and doesn't really see time in the same way that other people do. Um, and he's too right with a lot of things for it to be coincidental. Yes, I know I'm MJ12, but I mean, as he part of the group is what I mean to say. I suspect he is, but I don't know. And if he is, I should certainly try to contact him and mention that, because that will serve a purpose. Hmm. Yeah. So I don't know why I came on here other than to talk about making America the greatest again, really, and how we're going to do that. And I'm not just saying that as to jump on some kind of bandwagon, as it might appear. I actually mean it. It's something I personally want to see happen. I remember the days when America was the greatest at literally everything. That was in my lifetime, you guys. And at that point in American history, we were, we had the whole world on our side, and we just blew it because of dumb mistakes that administrations made. Well, how are we going to get back to that and move forward as well? Hmm. Yeah, belief in self. I'm definitely getting to that point where I know that I am capable of guiding things the way that they need to be guided. I really see that now. I know that I am capable, and the question is who's gonna be able to help make that happen? Who else wants to make that happen? I see more and more that there are people who want to make that happen and who realize that and that if and when that happens, it will be great not just for America but for the whole world. Um, those are the people I'm looking for. Hmm. Yeah, it's amazing. Certain people really are helping make these things happen, and it's becoming very, very real to me, all the more so. So, so the question is, 6 months to which again? Can you remind me? Okay. Well, so you guys have to understand that the more I start to realize things and the more start to remember things, the more I kind of freak out. And hmm, yep. But moving forward, right. Yeah. Well, 6 months is a long time. Sometimes it can be a very long time. But yeah, it really is only a few moments when you really think about it. Okay. So, does anybody have any questions for time travelers? Because I think what we're going to do from this point forward is more or less stop talking as much about time travel and things of that nature and start focusing on other issues that are of interest to not just myself, but the American people. Because really, what we're trying to do here is help to move things forward in a positive direction and uh, really get down, start getting down to really fixing the real problems of our country and getting out of the rut that we've been in for far too long. And realizing that, yes, a lot of these problems are symptomatic and that we're effectively treating symptoms rather than looking at the root causes of problems and attempting to solve them from that angle. So these are the real things that matter to me personally. I don't, you know, while time travel and advanced technology and extraterrestrials is all interesting and fun and everything, my biggest concern is for the well-being of people. And if we can't sort of think about these things and address them properly and uh, start formulating approaches to fixing these things, really fixing and solving problems, then what's the point, really? Everything that we have at our disposal is really ultimately a tool that we can use for good or bad, or just leave it there and do nothing with it. um, uh, you can look at it as entertainment or whatever you want to look at it as, but really, the grand purpose of things is to use it to help people or to help ourselves so we can help others. Because really, that's the kind of future that we're aspiring to, is one where everybody matters and people matter. And I think that's the kind of world that we all want to live in, really, where it doesn't, none of these things that are really just superficial um, are at all relevant in the day to day lives of every individual. So, this is what I'm really trying to get at. And it seems like a lot of people in our government currently don't really want these issues to be talked about or addressed and don't really want to see people actually help. They just want people to be used as pawns to suit and serve their agendas that are driven by all manner of things like fear, greed, power, control, uh, psychopathy, sociopathy, nationalism, religion, uh, misinformation, prejudice, you name it. There's all kinds of agenda in our uh, driving people involved in our government. And I think it's really time that we stop and start focusing on what really matters. And this is the biggest reason, ultimately, why I'm doing this, seeking to become president, is because I'm tired. I mean, I've seen how, uh, and people I know are tired. We are tired of so many things. Um, there's no reason why, you know, there's no, yeah, there's no reason why, Wall Street should be bailed out while a Vietnam veteran is homeless. There's no reason why, you know, Goldman Sachs should be getting bonuses paid for by the federal government when, you know, people who go out and do like volunteer work to feed the homeless and um, take care of abused children have not enough resources to get through the day. Um, why are we in this situation and what is driving this? There's no reason why, there's no reason why kids in Detroit can't have a nice playground to play in after school when we're sending missiles to blow up kids in Syria and uh, Afghanistan and Iraq. There's no reason for any of that stuff. So when are we going to start actually helping people and focus primarily on helping people? There's always people in government, or at least in my lifetime, who uh, use bureaucracy and try to rationalize not doing their jobs because of this reason or that reason or whatever reason they feel is can be used as an excuse to justify things. When are we going to stop accepting that? And when are these people going to stop doing that? I think that the time is past due, frankly. And that's the biggest reason why I'm doing this, is to help people. And, anything that we have at our disposal to use as a tool for good should be used that way. And if people can't be trusted with those tools, they should have them taken away from them completely. So that's why, you guys, I'm really, really strongly encouraging you to think before you vote in any election ever again. Because if we keep putting more of the same types of people in, nothing is ever going to change. Nothing is ever going to get done. It's just going to be the same patterns of behavior over and over and over again. Uh, it's and you get what you'll get what you deserve if you let that happen. Frankly, um, so again, another reason why I'm doing this because like people I know, and including myself, are very tired of accepting what's been what's been given to us, what we've been tricked into effectively supporting by either voting for it or not voting against it at the very least. So it's time, you guys. It really is time to just stop all this nonsense and not tolerate it any longer. And we need to just take a gigantic baseball bat to a whole lot of stuff, throw out the people who aren't working for us anymore, call them out, make them do their jobs, or get rid of them. And don't let anybody think they have the right to, you know, just sit there forever in government and do nothing. Um, that's not what it's for, or only serve themselves. So, but I really can't do it by myself. I really, really can't. Um, I can do some things by myself if I have a certain responsibilities given to me. I could fulfill them like nobody else can, more than likely, or no, and like nobody else ever could, frankly. But it can't be done by one person. You have to understand that. What we've been doing for the last 25 years, at least, is, you know, worshiping the government and thinking that because we vote someone in that they're going to magically turn into Superman or Jesus Christ and that they're going to be able to wave some kind of wand and solve all of our problems. It doesn't work that way. We all have to be a part of it. We all have to do something. Um, but we have to have people who can ultimately get into the inner workings of the mechanism of things and make it work the way it's supposed to work. Right now, the inner workings of the watch, so to speak, are it's it's a stop clock. It's broken. It's got missing pieces, and we need a watchmaker to fix it. Basically, um, I've really thought about it, and I think I understand a lot of the issues that are, you know, plaguing our country, and how, like, what these are symptomatic of. And rather than just treat the symptoms, actually solve the problem. I think I know how to do that. So here we go. Who is with me? Who's gonna be part of this thing? Because right now it seems like it's not that many people just yet, but it needs to be a lot more for sure if this is actually gonna happen. All right. So we got one. Yeah. Well, that's really true. But you know, I I can't advertise myself to the whole country just by myself. It doesn't ever happen that way. And the media is not going to support or promote a candidate like myself. It's just not how they work. This is what I'm trying to get across. It doesn't work that way. Unless we can change the way the media works, they are not going to give me any exposure, as far as I can tell. And I don't have millions of dollars of uh, military industrial complex money funding my campaign like some other candidates likely will, because people want wars and some candidates want to give them that. So this is going to have to be a grassroots thing. It's going to have to be an individual thing. It's going to have to be you and you not being afraid to to speak up for the candidate that you choose to be your president, um, and not just going along with whatever the mainstream is offering you and saying, "Oh yeah, that's great, that's good, that's great." Don't do that. Turn your TV off. Don't let them coerce you into supporting something that you know isn't the right thing. This is where we've gone wrong in America for the last 25 years at least. I mean, Trump is trying to help, but you guys know there are probably better candidates, or there probably were better candidates than Trump. But he got elected because he got the most media coverage. And he said all the right things to get people to support him. But that doesn't mean that he means everything he said, or that he was intent on, or ever intent on, fulfilling any or all of his promises, all or any of his promises. It means that, you know, what it really means is that we're treating our system, how our government works, like some form of entertainment or popularity contest, and that's not what it is. It's who's going to do the best job. And it has been a popularity contest. I know a lot of people who voted for Trump said they didn't vote for him because he was they liked him, or it was, but you guys know that's not true. It was a popularity contest. It has been a popularity contest, and it should not be a popularity contest. It should be about who's going to do the work, who's going to be the most effective, and who's going to help solve, who's going to help make the government work in a way that solves our problems. It shouldn't be about personalities or looks or popularity or any of that stuff. And if we keep approaching things in this unintelligent, superficial way, then we will fail. And, our grandparents' generation did not do things that way. That is why they were the great generation that they were. So, if you guys are really going to help me, what I really need you to do is, tell your friends. Start by telling your friends, tell your family what we're doing here. Uh, Ask them if they've heard about me yet, perhaps. If they've heard about my campaign. If they haven't, well, then maybe suggest they check out this YouTube channel, my website, uh, find out some information about me through official sources, not through third party or any of the articles that have been printed about me online, because they're mostly not factually accurate. They're while good for publicity, not factually accurate. The only way to get the real facts is to come straight to the source. So I'm asking for your help. I'm asking for your uh, just a little bit of help. Word of mouth is going to probably be the biggest way that we're going to get people to know about this. And um, most people have access to the internet these days, thankfully. So share. You can, if you use social media, share the website, share the YouTube channel, and we'll definitely be able to get it out this way, get the information out this way, and let people decide for themselves. Don't let the media decide for us and offer us this choice or that choice, and that be the only choice. We have more than two choices. And please do, you know, share away any way you can or feel comfortable doing so. Write it on the bathroom wall at school. MacintoshuSA.org. That's going to be the primary way, I think, because I don't even expect this YouTube channel to stay up forever. It seems like they might have a problem with me eventually, as they always do, as any social media platform always does. Because, as I've said, some people don't want anyone except, don't want you to have choices. They want to choose for you, and they want to force feed you their choices and get you to comply with them. That's how it works. That's how it's been working. And we have to not let that happen anymore. Because right at this point, we have no choice but to use our freedom of choice and not let it be used for us. It really is that serious. And that's all I can think of for right now, you guys. But I'll still be here. I'll try not to say anything on YouTube that will get me banned or censored. No using curse words or anything like that. I'm endeavoring very hard to be as to play their game as much as I possibly can. It is not easy for me. I can tell you that. Mm, there are so many times when I just want to say something, but I have to bite my tongue or restrain myself. And it shouldn't be that way, but it is. Okay. And thank you for your understanding there, Euphoria. I appreciate it. And everybody else, thank you for coming in here. And I guess I'm going to get off here. And yeah, they would have. There was one or two times where they actually deleted my videos for no real reason other than me saying something about something or other that perhaps someone got offended by. But I'm learning. Okay, guys, I'm gonna head off to get some rest. Hopefully, I can do that and not stay awake all night worrying about whether the world is going to explode in 5 minutes or something ridiculous. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for your support. This is Michael Macintosh, over and out.